What we've done at the Bridge is we've been able to develop some products and tools that kids can help use to find services, to communicate with our staff. And this all started about 4 years ago when I had this idea. All of us, most of us, some of us were probably in the room at a large conference, and I thought, we are technically pretty far behind the rest of the world. And I went back and started to think about what that looks like when you interface with kids, with clients, with families. And so we had this idea. Went to United Way. They thought, great idea. We won an award, the Delta Innovation Award. This award was for $20,000. 4 years later, almost $500,000 of investment. All of that either raised in kind or from private companies. We have some products. And I'm here to share a couple of those products today to get you to think about what we can do, if I can do, what we could do together, and what we can come up with to help us in this field. Let me give you a couple of facts here. The average youth right now sends over 5,000 texts a month. Okay? I have a laboratory in my home. I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 10-year-old. I get my ideas from watching them. It's true, they do text a lot, and they never call, right? How many parents have made that complaint? Did you know that over 80% of teens cite texting as the most popular method of communicating with others? Teens will say almost anything by text, right? We've all heard the warnings. Don't share those most intimate details. But they do. They do. So, with this laboratory at hand, which I could access every day at home, and with the ideas in the office, we came up with a couple of products, a couple of things that we thought could help us in our field. There was one other factor that was bugging me. 10 years ago, the Bridge took 5,000 crisis calls a year, over 500 a month, from kids. This year, we will take less than 500 crisis calls from kids. We have doubled the amount of calls from parents, but kids don't call our crisis line anymore. I told you I was from a farm. I'm pretty plain spoken. Why do you think that is? Texting. Amazing, right? Kids don't call anybody. They want to text. So what we did at the Bridge was we came up with this platform. What we call it is the lobby. Our staff can go into the lobby. They can queue up. There can be up to 10 messages waiting for them or current. And they can begin to answer, to respond, to communicate with kids in a fashion that we weren't able to. So when we looked at this service and we thought, we'll go out and buy this. This is easy, right? You just go to Sprint or Verizon or somebody and they said, yeah, this, about $50,000, $60,000 a year. And you can do this. Those of you know that work at nonprofits, that doesn't equate, does it? We don't spend $60,000 on anything per year. So we built the platform. We spent $75,000 to build it. Target gave us $115,000. They understood it, right? And so we built this platform. It will cost us because we have relationships with Twilio for Good, with other things. It will cost us maybe $1,000 a year to operate when we're fully functional. We think that we are going to go from 500 crisis calls a year to 15,000 texts in 2 years from at-risk kids in the metropolitan area of Minneapolis and St. Paul. That's my estimate. That scares the shit out of my staff. That's a lot of information, right? Built into this platform is the ability to draw data. Where are the calls coming from? How are they stacking up? What are the keywords? If you text in the word suicide, it goes to the front of the line, right? So we're able to queue up the most important messages, the most important texts as we go along. Here's just an example of how the platform works and the messages on the left there and all the other things that our staff are able to do, including needs, shelter, resources, communicating, topics, all those other things. So this is one tool. There's many more that we could develop in this field. The other thing I want to talk about is our shelter count website and another platform. This platform, most simply, we developed with 12 partners, and it's live right now. Go to ysnmn.org on your phone, Google it, and you could sign up for a shelter bed. You can see where there's empty beds. You can see where services are listed. You can see where to go for help. It'll give you the map, show you where the Bridge for Youth is. We have to get with it, right? We've got to start communicating with our clients, which are our kids, using technology. This is where they're at. Believe me, if I can come up with some ideas like this and do it, there's a whole bunch of people in this room that are a lot smarter than me, and this is your chance. Thank you.